What's going on, guys? June with the Sushi Man, and today I'll be sharing you with my 9 essential tools for making sushi. And this is level 1, meaning it's the beginner version where I cover the basic fundamental tools you need to get started in sushi making. There'll be more videos in the future where I'll cover more advanced tools and equipment which should help you along your sushi journey as you gain more experience. Alright, without further ado, let's jump right in. So very first, the sexiest sushi tool of them all, the knife. It's obviously a necessity and one that is worth investing in. Now, if you have a good knife that you're already comfortable with, just use that to start. You don't need to go out right away and buy a $200-$300 knife, especially if you're just starting to make sushi. But if you are in the market for a new knife, then be sure to stay tuned because I'll be making a video going over details on what type of knife is best for sushi and which one will suit your needs best. This one's my sushi hiki, and I use this in many of my videos. It's my go-to for anything sushi related. It's a very well-balanced knife that stays sharp and it's easy to maintain. Masamoto makes amazing knives and I've always been a huge fan. I'll have a link below along with links to most of these other items that I'll be going over. Next, we have our cutting board. Now again, no need to go buy a hinoki board or a high soft board right from the bat. They're amazing boards and will treat your knives better, but they are expensive. Just start off with what you have or get an NSF approved commercial one like this. This one's made from polyethylene, which protects against cracking, warping, or rotting. Nothing elaborate, but it's solid and it gets the job done. Okay, for our third item, we have a rice cooker. Now, you can make rice simply with a pot on the stove. That's exactly what I show you in my how to make sushi rice video. But if you are planning on making sushi often, then I highly recommend investing in a rice cooker. It just makes the process 10 times easier and foolproof. Not to mention, rice is the most important part of sushi, so you want to make sure to cook it right. Zojishi is the brand that I swear by, but there are other good options as well. Alright, number 4 is the Sushi Oke, also called hangiri. As I mentioned, the rice is the soul of sushi, and in order to make good sushi, you need to make good sushi rice. And a Sushi Oke will help you do just that. This is used when mixing the sushi vinegar into the rice, and it helps cool down the rice properly, as well as absorb any excess moisture so that the rice doesn't get all soggy. They're typically made from Japanese cedar or cypress wood and comes in all different sizes. One thing to note though is that there is a special way to maintain these, so if you do decide to get one, just make sure to take care of it properly. And you can just Google how to maintain a Sushi Oke, and you'll find a bunch of sites that show you how. It's not that hard, don't worry. Alright, our fifth item kind of goes hand in hand with the Sushi Oke, and that is a Shamoji, or rice paddle. This is used to scoop the rice into the oke and mix the sushi vinegar in. Most of these are made from either wood or plastic, and either one is fine. I personally like these plastic ones that have this anti-stick surface to it, which helps keep the rice from clumping on there. Okay, next we have a Makisu, which is the bamboo rolling mat that we use to roll sushi. Definitely a tool you need if you're planning on making any type of makizushi. They come in different sizes like this, but they all do the same job and it's really up to personal preference which size you choose. The really cheap ones though tend to have thinner sticks and they become flimsy, which doesn't give you as much support when rolling. I like these that have kind of this green side to it, and then the other side is usually tan. And if you look closely here, you see that one side is flat, and the other side is rounded. These tend to be more solid and will last longer. There's also plastic ones or silicone ones that seem to be pretty popular, but I personally didn't like them, at least the ones that I tried. These old school traditional bamboo ones are the best in my opinion. Alright, on to number 7, which is not really a tool I guess, but it goes along with the Makisu. And that is plastic wrap. We use this to wrap the makisu so that the rice doesn't stick to it when making uramaki or inside out rolls. Pretty straightforward, I mean it's plastic wrap, nothing much to say about it. Okay, on to our 8th tool, the Moribashi or plating chopsticks. These are special chopsticks we use to plate, garnish, decorate, and anything that requires precision really. It has stainless steel tips which also help keep the odor of any food off of it. And it has a much finer tip than your regular wooden chopsticks, which helps with those detailed work. Now that said, you could get by with your regular chopsticks, so maybe it's not an essential tool for beginners, but it's one that I use a lot and comes in handy especially when plating. Which takes us to our 9th and final item, serving plate or serveware in general. You work so hard to make some awesome sushi, so make sure it looks nice with some good serving plates. Sushi is a cuisine where presentation is vital and what you serve it on can have a huge impact. And as you start making sushi more often, you'll naturally want to make your presentation nicer. So get your creative juices flowing and see what you have around the house that could be your unique platter, or keep an eye out next time you're at the Asian market, Target, Home Goods. Bed Bath & Beyond, or wherever you may be. Alright, that is the 9 essential beginner tools to start making sushi. Now, they're all important and very convenient tools to have, but the most important part is to just get started. And you don't have to go and get everything on this list to start making sushi, or spend hundreds and hundreds to get the best equipment out there. Unless you're training to become a professional sushi chef, then yes, get everything on this list, plus watch the other more advanced tools videos that I'll be making. But like I said, important part is to actually start making sushi. And if you want to buy something that will help you with that, then check out my book. It's called How to Make Sushi at Home, a fundamental guide for beginners and beyond. Not only do I cover tools and equipment like this, but I go over everything from how to source the right seafood, prepping the fish, proper cutting techniques, all different types of sushi recipes, and even how to pair sushi with your favorite drinks. I'll leave links below for those that are interested. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video and let me know what you think about the list. Do you agree? Did I miss anything? Was it helpful? And as always, feel free to leave any questions or comments below as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. ありがとうございます。